Without warning, 6 banks of overhead fluorescent lights snapped on. Though the change in light was extreme, no apparent reaction came from the occupants of the capsules. Seconds later, a bright yellow strobe light began flashing above the long sealed door, and activity on several of the computer panels increased. Following a brief pause, a barely audible hissing sound was heard, and the 1,100-pound door slowly began to open. 4 people in yellow biohazard suits walked into the spacious chamber. They'd been packed tightly into the tiny space the airlock afforded and almost struggled to get out. Their movements were slow, and they glanced from one side of the room to the other. From the way they moved, it was evident that there was a high level of uncertainty being experienced by them all. As soon as they'd walked into the room, the door behind them swung shut, and within 30 seconds, the yellow strobe stopped flashing. The 4 new arrivals each moved to one of the rows of capsules and started assessing the terminals. Each team member glanced up briefly when the strobe light began flashing again, before returning to their assessments. 3 similarly dressed people joined them, and these 3 went directly across the chamber to the wall of monitoring equipment, inputting commands into futuristic-looking systems. A curse erupted from the person who started examining the row of capsules to the far right.
"Major system failure, Capsule 3.
An agitated female voice announced. There was a slightly mechanical tone to her voice, the result of the positive pressure breathing devices in the masks of each team member. Another voice stated,
"Capsule 3? That would have been Miller. Any idea when it occurred?"
A third voice asked. This voice sounded different, coming over the headsets but without echo. Whoever was speaking was not wearing a face mask. The female had moved to the 3rd capsule in the row, and was peering through the top. The person inside's skin had dried out, and the face was leathery and shrunken, although the mask was still in place. The long blonde hair indicated it had been a woman.
"It looks like it was a long time ago, sir."
A slight quiver was evident in the technician's voice. Before anyone else could comment, another female voice, this one with a slight New England accent, called out,
"Sir, we also have a minor system failure on Capsule 10.
"How minor?"
the natural-sounding voice rapidly asked. From the area with wall-mounted systems, a male voice called out,
"All vital signs, core temp and EKG are within normal limits. It seems the primary cooling systems failed, but backup systems are at 100% efficiency." "Okay,"
growled the voice from the headset.
"Give me a report on the rest of the capsules."
Group A, no additional failures. Group B, no failures. Group C, no failures.
Group D, no additional failures. "Okay, activate the data link so you can get out of there. Then start the biocontamination scanners. I want a full report in an hour."
Within 10 minutes, the room was empty again. 2 minutes later, the lights went out.